Howdy, I'm Quick Cal. Welcome to our 9-part weekly series following the Cowboy Fast Draw Association's Top Gun Tour. Please follow me across America as we visit Cowboy Fast Draw Association's title championships from coast to coast. You can follow top guns from around the country as they earn points in their quest to win the coveted title of CFDA Top Gun of the Year. It all culminates each year at our Fastest Gun Alive World Championship of Cowboy Fast Draw held in Fallon, Nevada. Even though the sport of fast draw has been around since the 1950s, the sport is more than just fast draw. It's about drawing and firing an 1800 single action revolver, also known as a 6-gun, as fast and accurate as possible to hip shoot a 17-inch plate at 15 feet with special wax bullet ammunition. Cowboy Fast Draw is a family-friendly sport where gun safety always comes first and where we also honor the romance and legend of the American Old West. So if you're looking for the thrill of an Old West style gunfight where competitors must pit their skills against all comers, you've come to the right place. To learn more about Cowboy Fast Draw, please visit our website at cowboyfastdraw.com. Now sit back and enjoy the show. Howdy folks, Quick Cal here. I'm here this week at the 2024 California State Championship. This is one of the bigger state championships on our tour, drawing about 100 shooters from several states. Everyone's here, of course, shooting for the title of California State Champion, whether men's or ladies, but also chasing the Top Gun of the Year points. It's about 3 months away from being awarded at the Fastest Gun Alive. Our championship matches are a man versus man elimination format. Preliminary rounds are matched by random drawing. It takes 3 winning hits to win a match. The losing opponent receives an X. When a shooter receives 4 X's, they are eliminated from the competition. That continues until the top 7 men and top 7 ladies are left standing. We call that the Magnificent 7. The Magnificent 7 shoot-offs are seeded based on the performance of each shooter in the preliminary rounds. The shoot-offs are a 2X progressive elimination format, wherein the shooters challenge each other from the bottom seeds up. The winner from the initial challenge goes on to defend the winner's bracket from the next higher seed. The defeated opponent moves over to defend what becomes the 1X bracket. A loss in the 1X bracket determines final championship placement. This week, our championship shoot-offs feature more youth shoot-offs, including Annie Oakley and Billy the Kid categories, plus a very exciting junior boys finals. Then on to our ladies and men's overall Magnificent 7 finals. We have 4 Annie Oakley shooters. Let's introduce them left to right. Sweet Melody, she's 13 years old and from Fremont, California. Baby Beast, she's 14 years old from Rancho Cucamonga, California. She is the current World Youth Champion. She's a member of the Deputies Cowboy Fast Draw Club from Southern California. Little J is 13 years old from Cucamonga, California, and was in the Magnificent 7 Youth at the World Championship. Pickle is Little J's little sister and is 10 years old. So as a result, in the beginning round, Sweet Melody ended up in 4th place, and in the semifinal round, in a tied 2-2 match, Baby Beast won the final shot from lane 3 with a 5.37. Pickle took 3rd place. Baby Beast needs to win this round against Little J to force the final championship round. She knows that Little J has been shooting well into the low 5s and had to push. Little J is on pace and on target, winning the Annie Oakley California State Championship with the last 2 shots of a 5.22 and a 5.24. Now for our Billy the Kid shoot-off, we had 3 in this year's tournament. We begin with Quick Emilio on lane 1 and Showdown on 2. Quick Emilio is 10 years old and from Houston, California. Showdown on lane 2, he's 11 years old and from Buckeye, Arizona. Both are accurate, hitting their first 3 shots in a row all under a second, with Showdown winning all 3, his last shot a 6.89. Quick Emilio will await his opponent. Top seed Nighthawk comes to the line and chooses lane 2. Folks, you remember Nighthawk from last week's Oregon State Championship. Both kids are on target, but Nighthawk's a little faster, edging out Showdown with a 5.86, a 5.93, and a 6.11 to win the Catbird seat and a spot in the championship round. In the semifinal match, Showdown wins with a final shot of a 750. That's 3/4 of a second. Quick Emilio takes third place. Now Nighthawk only needs to win one match to win his second Billy the Kid championship in a row. Nighthawk hits all three of his shots again. A 616, a 610, and a 587 to win the California State Championship. Showdown takes second place. Nighthawk hits 6 out of 6 shots. There's a lot of adults that wish they could shoot like that. To learn more about Cowboy Fast Draw, go to our website, cowboyfastdraw.com. With our motto of safety first, fun second, and competition third, you can learn about our safety, our guns, and the special wax bullet ammunition we use. Coming up next, our junior boys shoot-off. We have 3 junior boys in this year's California State Championship. They are seeded by their overall placement since they shoot in the men's division. Our second and third seeds are Rye Dog Jones on lane 1 and Hits on lane 2. You may recall Rye Dog Jones from the Oregon State Championship Junior Boys Finals, shooting in the low 4s. He told me he'd been practicing his draw a lot this past week. Hits is 17 years old and is from Turlock, California. He took third place at the 2023 Junior World Championship. Hits jumps to a 1-0 lead with a 429, but then Rye Dog Jones really quickens the pace, hitting 3 shots in a row, winning the round with a 389, a 394, and a 376. He really has been working on his draw, hasn't he? Hits will await his opponent for the semifinal round. Top seed Anytime Kid comes to the line and claims lane 1. He's 17 years old and is a local kid from Oakdale, California. He and his family are members of the Cowboys, our host club. So Rye Dog Jones on lane 2 opens with a 390 and doesn't look back, closing out the round with a 382 and guaranteeing his place in the championship round. In the semifinal round, Anytime Kid's on lane 3, Hits on 4. Hits really picks up the pace, jumping to a 2-0 lead with a 361 and a 358. But Anytime Kid turns on the speed with a smoking 347. On the next shot, Anytime Kid shoots a 363 but falls short only by 0.02 of a second. Hits stays alive with a blazing 361. Anytime Kid ends up in third. It's the championship round. Hits is on 3, Rye Dog Jones on 4. Rye Dog Jones takes a 1-0 lead with a 419, but Hits ties it with a 383. Rye Dog wins the next shot with a 370. Hits answers with a 383. We are all tied up 2-2. The next blinking light wins. There it is. Hits wins the California State Championship with a 396. Wow, these kids are something else. Coming up next is our ladies' Magnificent 7 Championship Shoot-Off. Folks, here's this week's Top Gun of the Year points update. As the Gunslinger Trail is spreading across America, just a few of our shooters travel from coast to coast. Tin Bender and KK Kid are off to a quick start and have both extended their lead in Top Gun points. But they're both here at the California State Championship. Let's see what happens. Let's introduce our ladies' Magnificent 7. Our 7th seed is Callie Red. She's from Dewey, Arizona, and has been shooting for about 11 years. She's a member of the Deputies from Southern California, a club we hear a lot about in our championship finals. Number 6 is Ricochet Rose, out of Newcastle, California. She's been on the Gunslingers trail for about 12 years with her husband. She's been in many title championship finals. While always a top contender, she's still in the hunt for her first title. Our 5th seed, Holiday, she hails from Buckeye, Arizona, was our ladies' 2018 Top Gun of the Year and has 8 CFDA title championships to her credit. She's among the few ladies that can shoot in the 3s. Number 4, Huckleberry Honey from Oroville, California, our 2020 Ladies National Champion. Another one of our ladies who can shoot in the 3s and has an impressive 11 CFDA title championships listed in our Hall of Champions. Our number 3 seed is Sassy Mustang Gal from Upland, California. She's a very consistent shooter and has been competing for about 10 years. Number 2 seed, Lefty Lipscomb from Emmett, Idaho. We introduced her in last week's show at the Oregon State. She is the winningest shooter in the history of CFDA with over 40 titles. She's been a world, national, top gun of the year, and countless state and territorial championships. It is rare that she is not in the Magnificent Seven shoot-offs at any match she enters. And our top seed is Jess. She won this California State Championship in 2022, and she'd like to do it again. She's a very consistent shooter and a member of the Sundowners Cowboy Fast Draw Club. Our announcer for today's finals is Midnight Mexican. In our first match, Callie Red catches Ricochet Rose not yet on target with 3 winning hits in a row, with the last one scoring a 5:45. Then she wins another one, this time a close 2-2 match with Holiday with a final shot of a 5:33. Next up, our 4th seed Huckleberry Honey picks lane 2. Callie Red is over on 1. All 4 lanes are now loaded. Also with the 1X bracket with Ricochet Rose on 3 and Holiday on 4. Callie Red's winning streak ends in the winner's bracket with Huckleberry Honey's final shot of a 3.99. Meanwhile, Ricochet Rose and Holiday are tied up 2-2. Ricochet Rose wins the final shot with a 4.89. Holiday ends up in 7th place. It's Sassy Mustang Gal's turn. She's our 3rd seed. She takes lane 2. Huckleberry Honey's now on 1. While in the 1X bracket, Ricochet Rose is on 3. Callie Red, she's on 4. Huckleberry Honey begins winning the first shot with a 3.72, but then seems to develop what appears to be gun trouble with some slipcocks. Sassy Mustang Gal connects and wins the round with a 5.07. Meanwhile, over on lanes 3 and 4 in the 1X bracket, Ricochet Rose has found the target and nails 3 winning hits in a row with the final shot of 4.95, sending Callie Red to a 6th place finish. 2nd seed Lefty Lipscomb comes to the line and picks lane 2, moving Sassy Mustang Gal to lane 1. While over in the 1X group, Huckleberry Honey is on 3 and Ricochet Rose is on 4. Hopefully the malfunctioning action in Huckleberry Honey's gun is straightened out. Even if it is, sometimes that can have a negative effect on a shooter's concentration. Sassy Mustang Gal does jump out to a 2-0 lead, but Lefty catches and passes her to win the round with 3 winning hits in a row, a 4.64, a 4.76, and a 4.80. You know, she's done this before. Over on 3 and 4, Ricochet Rose is now ahead 2-0. Huckleberry Honey has in fact lost her confidence and has not scored a hit. Ricochet Rose wins the final shot with a 4.71. Huckleberry ends up in 5th place. Our ladies' top seed, Jess, comes to the line and chooses lane 1. Lefty Lipscomb stays on 2. Ricochet Rose is on 3 with Sassy Mustang Gal on 4 for their final elimination round. Lefty jumps to a 2-0 lead. Jess makes it 2-1 with a 5.42. But Lefty closes the round out with a smooth 4.81 and earns her spot where she's been so many times before, the championship finals. Meanwhile, Ricochet Rose is hot, winning 3 winning hits right off the bat. Sassy Mustang Gal ends up in 4th place overall finish. Our semifinal round features Ricochet Rose, who's on an amazing run, working herself all the way up from 6th seed to go against Jess, our top seed. Ricochet Rose is still hot, winning with a 3-shot run right off the bat with a 4.55, a 4.69, and a 4.94. Jess ends up in 3rd place overall. So here we are in the championship round. Could Ricochet Rose finally have her first CFDA title? Everyone is cheering for her, even her good friend Lefty Lipscomb. But in Cowboy Fast Draw, we never lay down for anyone. We always give it our best. Don't forget, Ricochet Rose must win 2 rounds to win. Lefty only needs 1. Ricochet Rose doesn't disappoint. She's still on a run and nails 3 winning hits in a row, a 4.52, a 4.94, and a 4.79. The crowd cheers as they switch sides for the final championship round. So here we go. Lefty wins the first shot with a 4.83, then follows with a 5.01 that barely beat Ricochet Rose's 5.11 by only 1/100th of a second. Ricochet Rose next hits a 4.84, gets a little closer to make the match 2-1. Then they both hit the next shot. Ricochet Rose hits a 513, but Lefty hits a 495 to win the 2024 Ladies California State Championship. For Ricochet Rose, so close, but so far, we know she'll win one of these times. Coming up after the break is our Men's Championship Finals. As the crowd settles back down, we are ready for our Men's Magnificent 7 Championship Finals. Here are the men's seedings. Number 7 is Rattlesnake Ron. He's been shooting for about 5 years. He shot a very consistent tournament, and this is his first ever appearance in a Magnificent 7 Finals. Number 6 is Tin Bender, the current CFDA Top Gun of the Year, the first ever to win that title with a long gun, and the current leader in the 2024 Top Gun points we've been following on the Gunslingers trail. Our 5th seed, Gringo Pistolero. He's a local member of our host club, the Cowboys. He's been shooting for about 6 years and has really improved his game as of late. This is also his first appearance in a championship Mag 7 Finals. Number 4, Cowboy Up. He is one of CFDA's fastest shooters, and he has been in multiple Fastest Gun Alive Magnificent 7 Finals, finishing runner-up, but he has yet to win his first overall title. He is always a contender in any match he enters. Old Drifter, our number 3 seed, is a very popular shooter from Rio Linda, California, winner of CFDA's annual Spirit of the Game Award for hosting charity Texas Hold'em tournaments, raising many thousands of dollars for CFDA Shoot for the Stars Scholarship Foundation. Our number 2 seed is Yosemite Sean, one of our sport's most popular and colorful characters and a really good shooter too. He's been shooting for about 7 years and won his first CFDA title in 2022, the Nebraska State Championship. He is from Oakdale, California. Our men's top seed is Whitlock. He hails from Cherry Valley, California, and is our current national champion, one of the elite fastest shooters in Cowboy Fast Draw. He won the Nevada, California, and Arizona State Championships in 2022. 6 seed Tin Bender wins the first match with 7 seed Rattlesnake Ron, but then number 5 seed Gringo wins barely, a nothing but threes match against Tin Bender with a final shot of a 377. Now we pick up the action with 4th seed Cowboy Up picking lane 2, moving Gringo Pistolero to lane 1. With the 1X bracket forming with Tin Bender on lane 3 and Rattlesnake Ron on 4. Cowboy Up and Gringo Pistolero end up in a 2-2 tie, with Gringo Pistolero winning the match with a 369, while Tin Bender over on lane 3 wins his match with a final shot of a 364. Rattlesnake Ron finishes in 7th place. Old Drifter, our 3rd seed, comes to the line and chooses lane 1, moving the hot Gringo Pistolero to lane 2. Cowboy Up picks lane 3, moving Tin Bender over to lane 4. Old Drifter shooting in the 4s, Gringo in the 3s. They end up in a 2-2 tie, but Gringo Pistolero continues his run with a winning hit of a 390. Meanwhile, Cowboy Up and Tin Bender are both slugging it out in the 3s, bringing their match to a 2-2 tie. But Tin Bender closes the match with a 386. Cowboy Up ends up in 6th place. It's Yosemite Sean's turn to take on Gringo Pistolero, but Gringo Pistolero's great run ends as he runs into a little cold stretch. Yosemite Sean wins the round and takes over the winner's bracket with the last shot of a 380. Meanwhile, over on lanes 3 and 4, Tin Bender and Old Drifter find themselves in a 2-2 tie. Then Tin Bender wins the last shot with a 392, edging out Old Drifter's 413, who ends up in 5th place. Our number 1 seed and the fastest man in these finals, Whitlock, comes to the line and takes lane 2. Yosemite Sean's on 1. Yosemite Sean is warmed up and is super consistent. He's on target, hitting a 375, a 376, and a 373. Whitlock just isn't in his groove yet and ends up in the semifinal round, while Yosemite Sean awaits his championship challenger in the catbird seats. Meanwhile, in the 1X bracket, Gringo Pistolero and Tin Bender are still trying to advance to the semifinal round. Gringo Pistolero jumps to a 1-0 lead, but Tin Bender hangs on, answering with 3 winning shots in a row. Gringo places 4th. It's the semifinal round, with Tin Bender on 3, Whitlock on 4. Tin Bender's on target with a 396, while Whitlock is still looking for his groove, and then finds it on the very next shot with a 322. Look out! His next shot is a 333, and he barely misses the next 2, while leaving an opening for Tin Bender to win with a final shot of a 369. Whitlock takes 3rd place. Here we are in the championship round. By the way, these two guys are very close friends. They travel to matches together and always goof around and have fun on the firing line. But make no mistake, when the shooting commands are given, they become fierce competitors. Yosemite Sean chooses lane 3, and Tin Bender takes 4. Tin Bender opens with a solid 382 to jump to a 1-0 lead. The next shot, Yosemite Sean hits a fast 366, but Tin Bender barely edges him out with a 361. The match now stands 2-0. Yosemite Sean hits another impressive 379, but Tin Bender seems to have Yosemite Sean's number and barely edges him out only by 0.02 of a second with a 377. Tin Bender wins the round, but that is only Yosemite Sean's first X, so they switch side to do it again. So here we go in the final championship round. Yosemite Sean is on the light with his fastest shot of the day of a 344 and follows with a 366 to take a commanding 2-0 lead. But it takes 3 winning hits to win a championship, folks, and Tin Bender nails the next 3 in a row with a 394, a 367, and a 374 to win the California State Championship. What an amazing run, all the way from 6th seed to win the championship. Just another great accomplishment with that long gun old Tin Bender favors. On behalf of the Cowboy Fast Draw Association, I would like to thank the Oakdale Sportsman's Club, the Cowboy Fast Draw Club, for their support and hospitality to CFDA members from across the country. Well, folks, on our next episode of the Gunslingers Trail, we'll travel to Caldwell, Idaho for the Great Northwest Territorial Championship. Meanwhile, Saltwater Cowboy from Florida, who we encountered in Georgia, has taken the lead in the men's Top Gun points, even though Tin Bender won California. I'll see you next week. Hit 'em fast!